The film begins with a scene featuring two snakes, one white and the other green. The two snakes are sisters. They have been alive for over 1,000 years, despite appearing quite young. The white snake is known as Siu-tung in Chinese. Both snakes have the ability to transform into human form. They encounter a boy named Xian while they are on a mountain. He was tasting the flowers on the mountain. Both of them are surprised to learn that humans actually consume flowers. In actuality, Xian and his companions were there in search of various medicinal plants. He was traveling through the mountains at that time. It was the green snake, in her original form, that frightened him when she appeared. As a result of his fear, he tumbles down the mountain and into the river below. After seeing this, the white snake feels sorry for Xian and his predicament. She has compassion for his situation. She transforms into a person and enters the river. She breathes into his mouth, saving his life. After helping him, she leaves. When Xian awakens, he discovers that all of his friends have gathered around him. He asks them about the girl who saved his life, but his friends say, "We didn't find any girl here. It was all in your imagination." On the same day, a festival was to be held in the village. The master of the temple and his friends were also heading to the festival. They suspected that monsters would attack humans at this festival. Xian was heading in that direction with the herbs, so he took all of them with him. On the other side, the white snake Siu-tung couldn't stop thinking about the moment when she saved Xian's life by giving him her breath. She was constantly thinking about Xian. In fact, she had started falling in love with him. She tells her sister, the green snake, that she wants to meet the boy. Therefore, both of them go to the village festival. That same night, the master and his companions arrived well prepared, knowing that monsters could attack humans at any time. The green snake meets one of the master's companions at the festival because she likes him and wants to befriend him. He says, "I can't talk to you right now, as I'm here to catch monsters." He didn't realize that the girl asking to be his friend was actually a monster. But then, the green snake sees Xian and approaches him. She tells Xian that her sister loves him and wants to meet him. Xian replies, "I don't know your sister," and refuses to meet her. The green snake falls into the river and pushes his boat toward her sister. When he arrives, Siu-tung confesses her love for him. But Xian responds, "I love someone else." He says, "I don't know who she is, but she saved me by giving me her own breath." Hearing this, Siu-tung realizes he is talking about her. He loves her just as she loves him. She takes him back into the river to reassure him that she is the girl who saved him. Xian finally understands that she is the one he loves. Meanwhile, the master's companion encounters some monsters and bravely fights them. During the battle, one of the monsters injures the companion, and he calls for the master's help. The master arrives, fights the monsters, and sends them to hell, burning them to death. The next day, Siu-tung visits Xian at his house, and he is overjoyed to see her. They begin living together, and eventually, they get married. However, on the day of the festival, a monster had bitten one of the master's companions, and now he was slowly turning into a monster himself. Despairing, he decides to go to a deserted place to end his life, fearing he would become a danger to humans. Just as he is about to take his life, the green snake arrives and asks him why he is doing this. She stops him from going through with it, to which he replies, "I'll become a monster. I can't risk becoming a danger to humans, so I want to end my life." Hearing this, the green snake reveals her true nature to him, showing her snake tongue, and says, "Don't worry. If you become a monster, I am a monster too." Meanwhile, the master travels to the village, where he finds many victims of monster attacks. They were suffering greatly, and Xian would create medicinal herbs to help save their lives. Siu-tung, on the other hand, was aware that they were being attacked by the monsters. They were very powerful and dangerous, and it was impossible to cure them with herbs alone. Siu-tung used her abilities to enhance the medicinal plants in order to save her husband and the villagers. Siu-tung had a rat who was her friend. The rat warned, "What are you doing, Siu-tung? Don't you realize that giving your exhalation is dangerous for you? It will weaken you. But Siu-tung was determined to help her husband and the others. When Xian gave the villagers the herb mixture to drink, they began to heal. This shocked the master, who believed it was impossible to cure them. Seeing the villagers recovering, the master was left astonished and puzzled. He asked Xian if anyone had helped him prepare the herbs. Xian replied, "Yes, my wife helped me." The master realized that Xian's wife was not a normal human but a monster. Concerned for Xian's safety, he gave him a holy knife. The master then went to Siu-tung and asked, "Why are you doing this? You married a human, even though you're a monster. Why do you live among humans? I'm not saying anything to you because you're a good monster, but you should leave Xian. Otherwise, the ending won't be good. I will have to kill you." After saying this, the master left. That night, when Xian returned home, he brought a special medicated wine that was meant to neutralize snake venom. However, since Siu-tung was a snake herself, the wine had a harmful effect on her. Xian unknowingly gave her the wine, and after drinking it, she began to feel strange. Her condition worsened, and she locked herself in a room. Xian asked her, "Why are you acting like this? Are you angry with me?" Siu-tung could no longer control herself and transformed back into her snake form. At that moment, the master arrived to catch her. In the confusion, Xian accidentally stabbed Siu-tung with the holy knife the master had given him, not realizing that Siu-tung, the white snake, was actually his wife. After being stabbed, Siu-tung went to her sister, the green snake, but due to the injury from the holy knife, she was unable to transform back into her human form. She would remain a snake forever. Xian asked the master about his wife, and the master revealed, "In fact, this white snake was your wife. You married a 1,000-year-old snake." Xian was shocked upon learning the truth. Siu-tung's rat friend told Xian about a herb that could save her life, but retrieving the herb was risky and extremely dangerous because monsters had taken over the place where it grew. Despite the danger, Xian went to find the herb. Along the way, he was attacked by monsters. The master's companions tried to save him. Meanwhile, the rat took the herb to Siu-tung, which saved her life, allowing her to regain her human form. Once she recovered, Siu-tung attacked the master and his companions, realizing that they were trying to separate her from Xian. She managed to bring Xian to safety and asked him if he was all right, but he had lost his memory. He couldn't remember anything, not even his wife, Siu-tung. Siu-tung confronted the master, demanding to know, "What did you do to my husband? Why has he forgotten me?" However, Xian soon regained his memory and returned to his normal self. But because Siu-tung was a monster, the master used his powers to create an ancient house and imprisoned her inside it forever. She was unable to leave. Xian spent the rest of his life outside the house, waiting for his wife. The master's companion, who had also turned into a monster but a good one, lived the remainder of his life among the monsters. And with that, the movie ends. Thank you for watching.